What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Offset is here.
Yes. What's happening? What's going on?
All right. I appreciate you. We were talking behind the scenes about when you first got out of jail. I randomly met you on the street at the Buscemi opening.
That was 2013. That was 10 years ago.
That was a while ago. So a lot has happened since then.
A lot.
But first, let's say congratulations for being on that Billboard list. Did you see the greatest groups of all time?
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, number 11.
Number 11 is great. It's powerful. I feel like it should have been a little higher.
I knew you was going to say that because I saw you like, we're the greatest group of all time.
Of course I would say that, but I just like, if you're looking at hip-hop, it depends on how people looking at it though. Like, if you're talking about culturally change the way it sound of music, the sound of music, because then we went past hip-hop and then went to country and all the different genres was making the same exact sounds we was making, the cadence of how we was rapping. So I just feel like we could have got top 5.
People would have been so tight because a lot of those were like kind of legacy groups too.
Yeah, it was. I agree with, I seen a lot of people talking about Outkast.
Number 1.
I agree with Outkast being number 1.
Yeah. And see, Wu-Tang was number 2, and that's my first job. So me being from New York, I was like, Wu-Tang, I was definitely feeling like that. I think it is also kind of a regional thing.
I respect Outkast because, during that time, like, the downside music wasn't accepted at all. Wasn't nobody winning no awards. It wasn't nothing to break that barrier and to still be relevant right now. And they got diamond albums.
Yeah, they do.
The numbers is matching the skills.
And anytime Andre 3000 does like a guest appearance, people go crazy because he don't even,
He don't even do shows.
Yeah, he don't do none of those things.
He won't even do music like that.
Well, let's talk about you doing music like that because another solo album.
Yes.
So do we have a date? Because I see the name of it is supposed to be O2. Is that still the title?
O2.
I saw that on like Genius. You know how they have like the album and then it'll have like
O2.
a couple. That's what it said.
That's not the name of my album. Nah.
Okay.
O2.
Where did that come from?
I don't know what they talking about.
All right. So you have a title?
I have a title, but I don't want to say the title.
Because you might change it?
Yeah. I got a title, but I don't want to. I just don't want to expose it right now. I just want to wait till the big moment when I post it and let them know, like, this is what it is. But yeah, I got a new album on the way. It's fire, too. I put a lot into it. It took me a long time to record it. I wanted to take my time with it. I know this, for me, it count. Like, this album right here count for me, so. And it's like my breakaway and the show Offset, who Offset is, you know what I'm saying? So even to the performance, all the way to down to the performance.
I thought you was gonna come in here just like Michael Jackson. They had this whole thread of all the times you was dressed like MJ.
Yeah, so I'm running. It's like it's like purposely done too, It's just my little silent message because I just feel like I'm Mike. It's my time, and Mike at a point in time he felt like it was his time and took over, and that's what I'm finna do.
So tell to me about what's your favorite all-time Michael Jackson song then?
My favorite all-time Michael Jackson song would have to be Billie Jean. No, Thriller.
Yeah, don't say that. People gonna
I ain't gonna
eat
say
you
Billie
up.
Jean. No, it's Thriller because how I got put on to Michael Jackson when I was like 4 years old. My mama and them thought it was funny to throw me in the room and play Thriller, and then they thought I was gonna be scared. And then when I came in, I was like just staring at the screen trying to do what he was doing. Like I've been a big Michael Jackson fan. Like I got baby pictures dressing up like him.
That is hilarious, by the way, because people I think don't even really get it. Because sometimes like you showed up at the Spider-Verse, I saw you at the Little Mermaid performances and everything, and I saw this whole thread when they first did it. Like all the times Offset came out dressed like Michael Jackson. So is that when you first started dancing? Because that's another funny thing about you.
Yeah, to be honest, that's when I first started dancing. To be honest, Why are you laughing?
Because it's just random. Like when they did that throwback of Offset, as they said you were in the Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I was like 8 years old. Yeah.
8 years old.
Yeah.
Just think about that, because people don't think about.
It's really iconic. Like people made a joke of it, but if you really think about it, it's really iconic and like how time caught up to itself and where I'm at in life now. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to meet those type of people. I met Mike Epps. And I told him that too because we got the same lawyer. And I was like, I met you when I was 8 years old. He's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I was in this video with Whitney Houston. Then that's an icon. That's a real icon, like no playing games with. So
that is.
I'm honored to be doing that. So when I see the little jokes, it's funny, but it's like.
It's dope.
It's fire. At the end of the day, ain't nobody in hip hop can do it. Like, ain't none of the rappers, they just walking on the stage. No shade to nobody. But honestly, like, not putting on the show. And so. Y'all gonna see what's going on.
So this feels like there's some big plans when you go on tour after the album comes out.
Yeah, big plans.
As far as choreography. And you're right about that, because a lot of times I feel like artists don't put as much into their stage shows as they could.
Yeah, they be trying. I feel like, we be young, we getting a lot of money doing the shows, and then once you used to getting all that money, you don't really invest into yourself. But me being a 10-year artist, like, if I tell young artists like, hey, make sure you invest in them shows because it's like the payoff in the long run. Like look at rock stars, they be 70 years old,
right,
going on tour, still making $100 million at 70 years old, and then like our acts, like after a certain age, they gotta either invest the money or they be broke.
Right, you're
being
right.
honest.
Yeah, and sometimes you see hip hop artists, it could make you not like them as much as you did, or it could make you like them more. If you go to a show and you're like, oh, that show was lit.
And I feel like people's attention span is just shorter now too. Like so, when you on stage and you just standing there, like I don't care if you got the biggest songs in the world.
Yep, I've
After
seen
a
that
while,
happen.
it's gonna die. After a while, like people gonna get tired of that. You know.
I've seen that happen with artists that I love. Like I'll go to the show and I'm like, no, I'm bored. I'm leaving early.
Exactly. That's what I'm not trying to do.
All right. So what's the plan for it? Like, are you going to be... First of all, I would love to see you for real, like, dancing now. And I know that's a risky thing. No, but I'm trying to think of who did it.
I don't feel like it's risky. I don't give a damn what nobody say because at the end of the day, like, I'm entertaining and, like, I'm doing something you can't do. And I seen it a long time ago when we did the BET Awards. Mm-hmm. I think it was 2018. And then when I was like, I ain't finna do that, bro. Then I was like, I ain't finna show these folk that because... But then when I did it, like the response, like to this day, is still one of my most viewed things.
Absolutely, because
like,
people don't do that.
People don't do it, and I just feel like at the end of the day, like I ain't got nothing to prove. I ain't trying to be cool with like, I'm trying to entertain people and be like different from the rest of the artists that's doing what I'm doing, because it's so many too.
Right. I like this new talkative Offset.
Yeah.
You feel comfortable?
Yeah, I'm super comfortable. I'm good.
All right, well, cheers to that. And I feel like you be doing TikTok dances with your kids. Like, are you at home with your kid? Everybody.
Honestly, like TikTok, like it's difficult app, bro. I don't really know. Like, I did one right. I'm gonna be honest. I did one for the Spider-Verse song with Metro and Jid. Shout out to them for the soundtrack. And I didn't know what to do, so I had my sons do everything. They telling me like, Dad, just stand right here by the car, say this, stand on top of the thing. So I did my first one like actively me doing it with my kids, because I ain't know what to do.
Yeah, put them on payroll.
They know what they doing, though. They did what they supposed to do, too.
And so, wait, hold on. So your oldest now is how old? 13? 13 years old.
Yeah.
And producing.
Yes.
So is he going to be able to do something on that? Is he asking, like, Dad, I need to get... Is he giving you tracks, like, trying to submit for that?
He not asking me that. He's just trying to show me. I respect it, because it's like, he trying to prove to me, like, I'm taking it serious. Like, if I'm in the house, my engineer in the house, he'll run up on my engineer, like, hey, let's go to the studio. Like, you know, let's go up to the studio. They'll go up to the studio. They'll do something. Then, but when he try to play stuff, sometimes I be stiff on him, because at the end of the day, it's like I want him to work hard for it, and he had a disadvantage being my son, because people gonna always like,
oh, they going, yeah.
Oh, you upset? You know what I'm saying? I want the talent to be there instead of the clout. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, all the kids are doing things and making money. I feel like if you in that house, you got to work.
You got to work.
Yeah, the Ivy Park ads.
yes. Shout out to Beyonce. She called and personally asked for that too. That was fire. I want to always just keep them involved, you know?
Right. That's good.
Just keeping it in the family.
And so when you put out your last solo album, that was Father of Four. Clearly now you're a father of five.
Yeah, I'm father of five.
And it's interesting to me because I remember when we talked on the Breakfast Club and you talked about not seeing your own dad for 23 years, right?
Yeah.
And then reconnecting with him and then having this realization that at certain times you had your first kid when you were 17.
Yeah.
And not being the dad that you could have been. And then
financially.
But
like,
then you also were locked
broke.
Up too.
I was broke. I went to jail a couple times, but I always was there for my son though. I always talked to him. I always made sure, like, usually at football practice, I'm there, like showing my presence with him at all times, like that I could. Like, of course, I had unfortunate situations like going to jail and being in certain situations, but I always was hard on that because I remember how I felt. Like, you know, I ain't never really hate my dad. I just felt like I ain't understand why you pulled off on me like that, you know. And then it was like, it was certain things my mama couldn't teach me that my brother taught me that might have been wrong to let me to go do it the wrong way to get locked up and be doing these things. But so I always just wanted to be there for him, and I was though. Even though I wasn't locked up and I ain't had no money, I was always present.
You gave your dad grace though, because you knew, and I think that's an important lesson, right? You knew that there were times you wish you could have did more, or you could have, because I think as a good parent, you always feel like you're not doing enough.
Right. I just looked at it, me and my dad, like I was like wanting to show him like who the man I became. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like without you type shit, but it was like I was really proud of who I am. I'm like, shit, let me show you what I got going on. Like, I'm your son. Like, it wasn't more of a thing like I was trying to be like, why you ain't
Right.
Because I know how
I done been in always love you.
And I done been in the streets too, so I know how it be like. It ain't no excuse, but I give you that excuse. Because I done been in situations like me sitting in jail. I can't be there for my son, literally, because of my decisions, what I'm doing, what got me caught up. So I kind of like look at it like that, because now that I got the real story on my dad, who he really was behind the scene, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, because I ain't really know who he was, because it was really, Mom Duke's going to keep it from me.
Right.
She ain't really want to ever talk about him, you know what I mean? So when I really got to meet him, and then I got to meet my aunties and some of my cousins that's telling me his journey and how he was fucked up when I even met him, right. I'm like, all right, bet I ain't going to even make it like that by that. I just want to show him, like, this is a better way, and, like, I made it, and I love you at the end of the day, no matter what.
And your mom is lit, too. I saw you posted her. She's,
My mama the truth.
Yeah.
She the truth. She get the business done. She wipe my back. She be on the money, like, I love my mama to death. Without her, I ain't nothing.
Well, listen, just to set the stage for what we have going on, it is a holiday. I came in on a Sunday because I was like, Offset is going to do this interview, and you and your whole team pulled it together. It seems like you have no problem doing something like spontaneously. And I saw that for the BET Awards, and that was a big deal, right? You said you were prepared for that in 16 hours.
Yeah, 16 hours. I literally landed in L.A. at 10 p.m. at night from Paris. Excuse me. Liquor, excuse me.
Was that tequila?
Yes,
Okay.
that's tequila. So, shout out Pharrell too. Like, I was in Paris, and we was not knowing if we was gonna do it or not, and we made a decision that we was gonna do it. I talked to Pharrell, and he really gave me some real grown man talk. I don't really want to say too much on the interview, but it was like some grown man talk, like handle your business and like doing things for the right moments and for the right people, and just go ahead and do it. And so we got there. I got there at 10 p.m. Went straight from the airport with my bags in the car, like to the rehearsal. We sat down, me and Quay, and we came up with the art and the creative on how we gonna do it. We actually flew in a choreographer the morning of the BET to do the choreographer. The dancers did in the morning.
Y'all was not playing.
Nah, because at the end of the day, for taking and for our legacy, we really big. We not no small for our little group, you know what I'm saying? So I want everything I touch and to be iconic and to be remembered as a great, instead of just going out there and just running out there. So we did that in 16 hours, and then like it really cleared my soul, like what I said on my live, because it's like, being on stage with my brother, that felt good. That's the realness, and we did it for Tate, who is not here, R.I.P. my brother, but it's like we is a big deal, and we moved the culture, and even like when I walked out on stage, like the how loud it was just like gave me like an energy boost.
That's dope. And even afterward, that was the moment that everybody was talking about. Everybody was happy. Everybody was also thinking, oh, this means they about to reunite. But then we saw that got a little bit shut down, but we don't really know.
We don't even know where that came from either, to be honest.
But because people think that. Like, people think, all right, well, they on stage now.
People gotta always realize, too, like, we missing a bro. Like, so it's like, you may look at it one way, but in our way, like, it's something missing. Like, and it's hard to move. Like, we try, like in our personal lives, it's hard to move. Like, it's like he there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was so great when he was there. We afraid we might water it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, we miss a Tate. Like, he's the glue. He's the one. You know what I'm saying? We always said it from day one. Every interview, Take that guy. He's the one. He the one who made it. Like, his energy, his vibe, everything about it is the aura of the Migos.
I used to love when he was in interviews and he would say some shit, and it would just be funny because it would be sometimes hard to get him to say too much. Yeah. But then when he did,
it should be funny.
It'd be so funny. And I remember seeing y'all at Made in America one year, and Quavo was like, "Go over there and talk to Takeoff. Make him talk." So I was just asking him mad questions because I know he don't really be trying to.
He just be chill. He just be chill. He don't really talk too much. He always been like that though.
Yeah.
He just be chilling.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. Now, we got to talk about some other things that went viral. Hold on, I got to take a sip before we do this.
Let's take a sip. Let's take a sip.
You might want to down that. All right, there we go. All right, so I want to make sure that we get into this, though, because, clearly, like, you and Cardi have worked through a lot of different things during your marriage, right? And been committed to each other and been committed to making things work. And even on your last solo album, you talk about that a lot, too. Yeah. Just being not the greatest husband and messing up.
Yeah.
And then now there's been some rumors that you guys, first there was a whole thing where this woman posted and said that she was in the house, right? And then you posted something about Cardi, and people think that she cheated because you did a post and delete.
Yeah,
so tell us about
all right,
that.
so that post, to be honest, like, me and her going, that's my wife. I love her to death. Like, we going back and forth. And if you got a New York woman, you know she's a pit bull at the mouth.
She called you country.
Yeah, like, you know, she get crazy at the mouth a little bit. And I was really lit that night. I was lit. I little Casamigo here and there, you know.
Okay.
I was lit, and then we going back and forth, and I'm like, watch this. You know, and it's like, she got a crazy mind, but I love my wife at the end of the day. And she crazy, man.
You might be crazy too.
I'm crazy.
Okay, there we go.
We're crazy for each other.
Okay, yeah, let's take some accountability, because I can't believe you did that. Now, I'm not going to lie, when I saw that, right, and I read it on the air, I interpreted it differently than what it was. Because when you said, my wife F a N-word on me, gang, y'all N-words know how I come, I thought you were saying hypothetically if she did that. That's what I said. I was like, yeah, I think he means hypothetically. But Cardi definitely set you straight on Twitter Spaces. She was like, first of all, and she went in. So are you going to publicly, like, did you think I need to get online and clear this up, or you think a delete is enough?
The delete is enough. Because it's like, at the end of the day, like, them people don't be really knowing what's going on with us for real. Like, they always attacking, like, it'll be straight lies or something, and it'll just be attacking. And to be honest, like, I hate the fact that every time she have an issue with somebody else, or if they bringing me up, and then it'd be like my past,
Right.
my past would be covering up everything I done did. Like, all this time, I ain't did nothing. And then it'd be my past, oh, he cheated. But it's like, that shit be unfair to me, like, cause I be working hard. I work. I haven't done anything. I support my wife. We got so much businesses and big things going on. And then as soon as it's just an argument, they just attack me.
Right.
I'm in the middle, and then now people just go against me, like, oh, you did this, and then me, I'm not even in that. Dude, I don't really be like trying to keep clearing my name.
Yeah.
When I know at the end of the day, I ain't what they talking about is incorrect.
But then you did that post, and I was shocked at that, because you don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't do none of that. But it's like, you get fed up at a point in time. Like, they be trying to mess up my household with cap, and then bring up my past, and then I can't get past my past. So that shit ain't fair. Like,
Right. Because that's the thing we're going to bring up every single time. Well, you did.
But it don't even be her, it'll be the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be the people, or if it's anything cap, they ain't looking into it for real and trying to get to the bottom. It's just, oh, I said she. And then at the end of the day, that shit bringing trouble to my home, because at the end of the day, like, don't nobody want to see that shit.
Now, you think you could cheat on somebody and still be in love?
For sure.
Okay. So I want to ask you this, as a man.
As a man, holla at me.
That women want to know, why do men cheat? Like, what would, for yourself?
I can't personally speak on why men cheat, but like,
for you.
Like, when I did do that, like, I was in a different space. I was young. I had just got married. I'm getting a lot of money. Really, it was communication. We got married, and then we ain't really, our communication was good, but it wasn't like, I wasn't saying my wants and needs and and vice versa. So it was like, sometimes you feel like you'll bump heads when you're not communicating, because it's like, it's hidden gems. We both in the front center stage. We both all our business is always public. The communication, what it was, I was young. I was on different shit. Like, I was on lean and shit too. Like,
Right.
I already done talked about that in my Variety magazine and shit. Like, I was on lean. I was making bad decisions, not really realizing it's affecting my family instead of just me thinking about my own. Like, and so, but then when I grow past that, all my growth, why you think she loved me how she loved me? Like, my growth, I done showed. Like, I'm a real one. Like, I'm not gonna do this. I ain't gonna play with you. I ain't gonna keep playing with you. And then, cause it's affecting you, and it's heartbreaking. It's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But the people are still popping out like, oh, if anybody say anything, it's that.
Yeah.
No matter, it's been 4 years, 3-4 years, no nothing. It's just that, and that sticks, and that shit be lame, cause it's like, bro, we real people at the same time, and y'all people just be attacking me. When it's no facts. When I'm wrong, it's wrong. When I was wrong, I got on it and said it.
Right.
As a man, like, handle my business. Like, hey, I did this wrong. Cause I wanted to show her too. Like, I'm a man that's gonna accept my wrongdoing, And I did that. So when you see me not saying nothing, it be bullshit. Like, and then I just don't be wanting to feed into it because I'm going to lose at the end of the day.
Right.
I'm
There's
still
no
going to
winning.
lose. It's no winning.
And I think going back and forth on social media with people that's really just trying to, get you to respond. And also people trying to be funny. Like, I feel like, and I saw the meme, and you responded to that meme too with the
yeah, man, because I don't be playing with my grandma. They playing with it. I see, like, I laughed at it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, the internet is crazy. You can't win. Crazy. So a lot of times I try to stay away from it because it's like, at the end of the day, you're going to lose, especially as a man. Like, I be wanting to tell, I see men do it all the time, like trying to even go back and forth with a woman or trying to have your opinion on a woman. Like, as players and as men, we got to stay in our lane because you're going to lose like that. Yeah. I don't care if you give an opinion on your Twitter or anything or saying anything about, like, women topics or anything. That's why you're going to take an L. That's why if you notice with me, any problem with my wife, I stand down.
Right.
Because it's women business. She going to handle her own shit gangster. You know what I'm saying? She gonna handle her own. If I get into it, I'ma look like a lame or a squirrel. Like, what buddy doing in the business? What he talking about? Tweeting. No matter what you say, like, so I always be trying to mind my business on the internet, because the internet gonna defeat you.
Now let me ask you this as a man, okay? Yeah. So now let's just say she did, because when people did think when you posted that she cheated, let's just say she did. Would that even things out, or do you feel like you couldn't handle it? Oh, shoot. All right, I already know.
Things out. I can't handle that.
I mean, some people feel like...
And whoever it is ain't safe.
Okay. I saw you did tweet. You saw somebody in her DM. You saw somebody in her DM.
This my wife. Like, this what nigga don't understand, right? This my wife. This not my little girlfriend or no baby mama. No, this my wife. This my household. This what my house, and we raise our children together. Like, playing games because you see things on the internet can take things other places. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I'm not playing by mine. Never. I'm not playing by mine. Like, I'm not finna let. And mine is a real one too, though, and gonna let me know.
Right.
Even if it's a reminder to let me know, like, hey, I'm that.
I feel like she's done a great job of always being supportive and always, because at the end of the day, it is hard when things happen publicly and you have to justify, oh, well, I'm staying with him because it don't matter. I'm gonna go to somebody else. He's gonna do the same. She clearly loves you a lot. Loves your family, loves your kids.
To death.
Yeah, so I can't see her ever doing anything that would be disrespectful to you. Like, even if,
she a different type of girl I ever, to be honest, like, she a G, she pop her mouth and, like, talk crazy. But on a loyalty level, I ain't never been with a woman that's loyal.
Right.
Like, cause
she put up with a lot of shit.
She put up with a lot of shit, like keeping all the way 100. Like, she put up with a lot of shit, and, like, I'm connected too.
Right.
Like, I've been in this game, I'm real connected, and, like, nothing, like, clean slate, like, everything be clean and clear, and, like, and that's why I'm not playing. So when you playing in the DMs and you thinking it's a game, she's a real one. Mm-hmm. Away from, like, she might be mad at me, but she a real one.
Right. She not trying to disrespect
herself. She not a
herself.
goofy, and she disrespect herself. She understand her worth too. Like, she ain't no goofy. So she ain't finna go for no or play no type of game. She gonna let me know so that I know. See what I'm saying? And it's like, hey man, watch yourself, brothers. Mm-hmm. That's my wife, bro. I ain't playing with y'all at all.
Right.
Dead serious. Like, I'm not playing. I'm risking and everything.
Now, when women DM you, do you tell her too?
I show her. Because it's a trick to me. Okay. I know it's a trick. Soon as the DM come through, I'm like, yeah, babe. Hey, who shot there? You know her? I'm telling off real. Like, hey, you know her?
I do feel like you might see a lot of people that are negative, but I feel like there's a lot of people that love y'all together too at the same time.
Yeah, but it be like, where they be at? When it's time.
I see it.
Where they be at when it's time.
I see people being like, I love them together. I see people being like, fight for your woman.
And it's crazy. I just feel like it's just.
But Cardi's right. A lot of women go through this. It's just not publicly. And it just make it worse that, like, she got to have people questioning her and trying to tell her what to do when we know we all done been in situations.
But it's crazy. Like, all these people that'll do that, like, your home is terrible, or like most of these people, they're saying is you not even with nobody. You like, you ain't even found the love, like, and it just irritate me because at the end of the day, it be like a narrative pushed on me, and I have a lot of growth in my relationship. She's not stupid, she not dumb. She not like gonna just keep going like how people are try to make it like you just take them back. No, it's like we done grown. I'm showing like I'm at home with my kids. I watch my kids. I do things at the crib. I get the house painted. I'm doing like real things like get the carpet clean and
that's a big carpet in a big house to get painted too.
You know what I'm saying? It's like real life.
Can you fix things though? Like, are you good at that? Okay. Because nothing worse than a guy that's not
I'm
handy.
from down south, man. I know how to change my oil on my car. If my radiator go out on my old school, I can do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. I don't know many guys in New York that
I
can
do
that.
everything, and I'm on a business. Like I'm on business calls by my wife because I ain't let nobody play.
Right.
Or like, you know, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of puzzles to the pieces. So I want to make sure all the pieces line up because at the end of the day, I want to protect her and protect me too. So it's like I'm on my business call, on her business calls, making sure the money right, making sure everything makes sense.
Is your business better since you quit the lean?
For sure.
Okay.
Because I'm more intact. I'm more in tune of I'm paying attention to the money and shit.
Because I remember you were like, it helps me be more creative. And sometimes people get hurt. It's a crutch. Like
I feel like back then I was just giving now that I done got clear of it, I was really giving myself an excuse of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like my music, I done made sense. It is way harder and way more thought of and way more processed. And I dug more deep into the artistic side of myself on the music where it was maybe I might have been sounding the same and not realize it. Like, it was like when I got off the lean, I was able to critique myself and change myself. Right. Before, I was like, shit, I'm set, shit, my sound. And then a lot of artists do that and your shit be sounding the same. That's why it sounds the same, because now you ain't got no change. You got the same rhythm. You ain't really thinking as much. It's you not really thinking. Your mind ain't clear. And then as far as the business part of it, like, I was just seeing better for myself when I was on it. Like, I just want better for myself. So what's the steps to get better for myself? And then, right. And that was the difference off of that and that.
When she sat down and talked to Jason Lee, he was asking her how you got her back, right, after everything, and she was like, that's a question for him to be able to answer. So did Cardi? She was on Jason Lee, right, and she was saying he asked her about what you did to win her back, and she said she'll let you tell it. So I was just wondering, what are some of the conditions that she gave you in order for her to give you another chance?
She didn't really give me no, she didn't really give me no suggestions. Right, just my wife. We talking about. So I know her and I know what she like and what she don't like, and so I just made a grown man decision. And I looked at myself, like I said, and said, "What am I doing that may be deteriorating myself away from her and distancing myself from her?" And I felt like it was the lean and the drugs, because you ain't really in tune. You not talking. You more aggravated. I'm giving aggravated vibes. I'm giving not really talking, no communication. She feel like she talking to me, I ain't really talking to me. And also, loyalty is everything. So I know, because I'm a grown ass man, I need to show my wife that I'm with her and for her, and not playing around. And even if I gotta do the extra mile as far as stand up under her, and we just stand up on each other and missing out on a couple plays of work, sacrificing that to fix home and being home more and being with the kids more, because I was working.
Yeah,
I
was on the road.
Because I'm trying to at the same time, me personally, I'm the king of my household, so I don't care. I got to go get it. I got 5 kids. I got an expensive ass wife. I done spent $10 million on my wife.
But she spent a lot of money on you too.
That's my baby. That's my baby. She spent a lot of money on me, but I done spent the $10 million on my wife. I done synced it. I done spent $10 million on my wife. So
you got that house in the yard.
I'm also.
I like those moves.
And I'm also from the South. I come from the man running the household, and the man, and that's what I do with my household. So for me to be the leader of the house, I gotta tighten up.
Right.
And I knew I just had to tighten up. And then that's why when he asked that question, she really ain't say her suggestions. Because as a man, I talked to her and told her my plans. Hey, listen, I'm finna get off of this. I'm finna do this. And I'm finna do this for us to be able to push forward.
How hard was it to get off lean?
Well, that shit was hard. I was doing it from the start of my career. So about 7-8 years at it. It was hard. I was scared. I was in denial about it. I was scared, damn, if I get out this shit, maybe I ain't gonna make the music the same. Because remember I told you that I felt like it gave me creative. And then, when I did it, the response from, my business partners, people I'm in business with, I'm more activated on the meetings. I'm texting more, and they making me feel knowing that I did this, right? They making me feel damn, you stepping your stuff up. I love the way you're conversating with us. I love the way the communication is. More deals was coming and more bags was coming. So it was I I was like, I did the right. I knew I did the right thing, because the people that didn't even know would be telling me like, I'm loving the new, like how you speaking more and how you talking to us more, and then you got more questions about this deal.
See, I like it. How was it though? Did you have like, real withdrawal?
Oh, that's real pain. Mm-hmm. Man, that was the worst shit I went through, I think.
Did you do it just on your own, or did you have to go to rehab? Like, how did you do it?
I did it on my own. But it was the hardest shit ever. I had to call like IVs and get all these things, because like, boy, that shit, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It like, it'll make you cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then,
but
I'll be honest, like, during going through it, I was mad that I'm going through this shit. Like, I got millions in my bank account, and I'm feeling like a J, honestly, like, just being 1,000. Like, I'm hurting, my stomach hurt, I can't eat, I'm throwing up and shit. I ain't like how that shit made me feel. Like, when you doing it, you don't know. But it's like, when you getting off for it, I'm like, but that ain't me. Like, I'm not like that type of nigga. Like, hell no, I'm throwing up. I can't eat 3 days, 4 days. I didn't eat for like 3-4 days.
Sheesh.
And then I could eat like applesauce. So I'm like, and then I'm young, so I'm like, boy, hell no.
So you were just in the house while you were just like.
Yeah, designated for myself, like away from everybody though.
Okay.
Because I can't keep the bros around and they still doing it, because then it might make me. Cause it's so much pain. That shit is almost like a painkiller. Like if I did it, I would feel better. So I just like cleared everything and like prayed with my mama. And my mama like was just shit like that. What made me also get off of it was like, it was just like different people that I love was telling me, like my mama started telling me like, you ain't acting like my son. You got like an attitude when I'm talking to you, or like, and that shit touches me.
Yeah.
A different way.
It makes people act real angry.
Yeah, you be aggravated.
And have like a quick attitude.
You be aggravated and be like.
And then not just go to sleep, but like pass out.
Yeah. And then you be looking crazy.
Mm-hmm. You
might not even notice that you looking crazy.
The next thing you know, crazy. You get a big old belly.
Then my skin got clear, everything. I just turned to like, look at me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's clean up, everything toned, everything look good.
Okay, I gotta ask you this, since you said we could have a little fun with this. All right. What about sex on lean? Did it get...
See, I don't know about the rest of these guys, but see, I have sex to please my woman. I don't have sex for me. A lot of guys be tripping. They be having sex for themselves. Like, to be honest, if we gonna talk about sex, like when I have sex with my wife, she's going to come. Right. That's my mission, is for her to come, and like not for me to like. A lot of dudes be thinking like, I want to teach the game, man, players. Beating her down, they don't make you really like. That don't really make you the pro. Like you think like a lot of us thinking being the alpha is like beating it down. You gotta do enjoyable things to your woman and make her feel like this is an out of body experience. Like me and my woman is like our bodies are so tired, because I know what to do when to do it. You dig what I'm saying? I study her body and make sure I want to make sure that you enjoy this. See, I was on lean but still handling my business. See, I never had no issue with that with wifey, you know.
Okay.
She gonna shiver when
Because I've heard what do they call it? Lean dick? I don't even know, but I've heard about that, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
You like, we didn't have no problems in that area.
No, our shit is like
That's
magic.
why she not going nowhere. Does she say that?
Our shit is like magic. She knows it.
What about when you guys are arguing? Because sometimes people argue because they still could be physical with each other. Are y'all still physical, or does she withhold, like, don't touch me?
What do you mean by physical? That sounded a little crazy.
Like having sex. Like
okay. So you ask
Are you
again?
still intimate with each other when you guys are in an argument, or is she like, don't touch me?
Oh, no, she ain't never like, don't touch me. When I touch her, she just melts.
Because you know how you could be mad at your man and you be like, it's over for you. Or,
see, you got to know you got to see as the man, you got to know when and where to creep in. You got to let time go by a little bit. You got to be a player about it. You can't be, then try to go. You got to let some little time, but then you got to slide in there.
You still
like,
mad at me?
You got to know her points, like, and know what to touch and what to do.
So she is on the new album. Is that the love song for women that's on there?
Love song.
Because I heard you say in a Variety interview, you did say there's a song for women.
I got a couple songs for women, but our song is for the jealous people. Jealousy, Ooh. You know, for the jealousy that's always out there trying to throw, you know, little dirt on us, on what we building in our empire. Ours is on jealousy. Like, we always keep our shit turned because we fun and like, she gangster, I'm gangster. We always want to just have a good time. Like,
how is Jamaica?
Jamaica, my birthday.
Yep.
It was lit. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I love Jamaica. Like that was my first time.
Y'all was having a time out there.
That was lit. And then like the people out there, they know how to like. They just gonna be naturally turning up.
They were like, look at Offset Jamaican now.
Yeah, man. People on their heads, on the tables and shit. Like it was a vibe. Like it was a real party. Like I be feeling like the parties we be going to, like celebrity parties. That shit don't.
Everybody
be no
just
real.
In the booth sitting at the table.
Everybody trying to be cool, had jury on, sit back, hit their little drinks.
They forget you a dancer. You know, let them know.
You gotta have fun, man. Y'all need to have fun. Jamaica was lit though. I had a great time for my birthday though.
That's great that she planned that whole trip for you. Was it a surprise, or you knew you was going to Jamaica? Or
I knew I was going to Jamaica.
Okay.
But all the experience, everything, that shit was fire though. Mm-hmm. That's probably been one of the best places I played. Because usually I went to go to Jamaica, do a show, and get up out of there, don't get to see the city. We went to the slums and we was partying with the slums.
You got to. You got to be fire. All over.
Yeah, well,
I know they was loving you guys out there too. Okay, so I also want to ask you this: acting. Because you said you want to do a lot more acting. You've had a couple of things. I saw the song you did with the baby too. That you guys had where you were Nino Brown.
Yeah, that shit was hard. I'm gonna do acting, but I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do still like musically, like with my own films and my production. I got my own production company, so like in my videos, it's always gonna be an acting aspect of something going on, just to show the film side of things, just to open the variety of what I can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it seemed like you'd be having a good time. And my girl Ricky, she did your show on the Max.
Ricky is my dog. I love you, Ricky.
Yes, and
she a real one.
Honestly, because that was perfect for you, the fashion, right?
Perfect.
You being able to work with these designers. Do you still keep in touch with any of them? Because I feel like it only makes sense.
Yeah, I still keep in touch with everybody. Ricky, you know how Ricky is. She is a boss. I love her. She's a strong black woman, like powerful, like what she do and stand on what she do. And then she kept it real with me through the process of the show. Because, you know, sometimes people will work with you and just, like, try to butter you up and make you feel. And she would tell me, like, what's the best thing for the show or the best way to do something I might have not wanted to do.
Right.
And the best way to do it to still please the show and pleasing everything in the eye. So I respect Ricky. I love you. You know what's up. She still talk to me. She check on me. You
know what's great? You have a lot of women around you as far as working, right? Because even, like, your team, I know your A&R is a woman.
Yeah.
And then Shishi, who's here with us.
My creative director, shout out to Shishi in the building.
Yeah.
Because the women got the sauce, man. You don't see what's going on in rap.
Toya's right here, okay? But I think that's dope that you have a lot of women that are influential in your life.
Because the women have the sauce. See what I'm saying? Without the women, you're going to be lost. Honestly, like, because that's women making the lingo right now. Women killing the rap and killing us in the rap. Women, no
killing
style.
us, you said.
Like, for real, they got that advantage. And, like, I grew up with my grandmother and my mother. So I grew up with women, so they just be the keys to life. And so that's why I got me a strong woman. Like, they the key to life. Like, these people will help you get to different levels that you going to get to just with the support of them. Like, a woman's support is just different.
And Lotto's on the album.
Lotto's on the album. I got Chloe Bailey on the album. I got some females on the album.
Listen, okay, so since you have been working on this for quite some time, there were some songs that were dropping, like, you know, singles last year up to this year. Are those all going to be on there? Or did you? Okay.
That was just like me having fun in Paris. I shot a video. I'm about to just drop this shit. Like, that wasn't the strategy for the album. The rollout for the album has started. That's why you see me in my character mode. What I'm doing, everything is lining up. Everything looks good and polished. That was just like warm up some shit. Like, that's not gonna be on the album at all.
Okay, so not the Moneybagg Yo song, Code 5432, none of that.
None of that's gonna be.
Those are just saying, oh wow. So we haven't heard nothing from the album yet.
Nothing.
Yeah,
because you gotta, because it's a movie, and then we doing a lot of things behind it, a lot of marketing, a lot of certain placements for it all to make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I'm so excited that you were able to come through here. I hope you come back when the actual album is out so we could discuss it, because I didn't get the opportunity or the privilege to hear any of these songs yet. So
I'll let you hear some shit off this.
Okay. I got to sign an NDA or something?
Nah. We're good. I'll let you hear some shit, though.
And what else? And business-wise, because you do have a lot of investments, I want to make sure we talk about that too. When it comes to real estate, you know, when it comes to tech, I just want to make sure we touch on those things, because it's not just music. Like you said, you have your own production company as well. We know that you guys have some real estate. I know you invested in FaZe Clan, as well. So can you just let us know?
I invested in Genies too.
Okay,
this is worth $1 billion right now.
Light flex.
Actually, my guy told me we gonna get it to 10 billion. He texted me when we got to $1 billion. He was like, it was too quick. It got to $1 billion in I think 13 months.
Feels good.
Yeah, so it's it's on your phone too. So y'all go rock with genies.
Okay.
You know when your kid do the when you pick up a FaceTime and your kid does the it's like a cartoon version of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm invested on that too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got some.
We love to
I got
hear
some. I got some good investments. Real estate, of course. You got to spread young niggas. You got to spread that money, man, because it ain't gonna come in the same. It ain't gonna. It's gonna be times it slow up, it go up, it go down, it go up, it go down. But you got to put that money somewhere. And
I always feel like if there's too much money in the bank, it's not working for you.
You got to pay them taxes.
Yeah, definitely got to pay those taxes. You said you whistled like you got a hefty tax bill.
You got to pay them taxes.
All right. Well, I just want to make sure everybody knows about those things too. And I also look at it as I know you love to gamble.
Yeah.
And so even investing is like gambling, lightweight.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
but
like
it's
gambling.
just, maybe more of a.
But see, when it comes to the investments, I make sure it's not. I want to see the data reports and the analytics on what I'm putting my money into before I put my money into it.
As you better. Because
shit be looking good. Somebody might got a good talk game, and then you put some money in it, and then you take a L. I ain't trying to take no L's.
Okay. I mean, it comes with it, though.
It comes with it, but I ain't trying to take no L, though.
Yeah, nobody wants to.
Hell no, not with my money.
All right, now, Offset, we are recording this interview in advance. Do not do no fucked up shit between now and when this interview comes out.
Oh, I ain't.
Okay.
If you noticed, I came. You the first person I pulled up on.
No, I appreciate it for real.
I ain't did nothing.
I want to make sure, okay, that we don't. So everything is good. Everything's good at home. You're making sure, right?
Yeah, we good at home.
Okay, good. That's all.
For sure.
And I do, I really, really do like Cardi a lot from the beginning of her career, and you guys as well, and you in particular. So I just love the fact that, I see that there's a lot of hate, and y'all talk about it, all the time, and you're aware of it. So just make sure you don't fall into it. That's all. Because sometimes all that stuff on social media.
I want to say something too, man. I fucked up in the past, but don't hold me to that. Because, a lot of the time, y'all be holding me to that. Don't hold me to that. I love my wife, bro. And that shit be affecting home. Because at the end of the day, don't nobody, if you was in our shoes, you wouldn't want nobody just always talking about what your relationship is. Even my fan, the fans, sometimes be fans of the music. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to tear us down, because at the end of the day, we a strong family, and we know the truth, and we gonna stick through shit. And then you gonna look like a fool, and then it be you throwing me in shit. Stop throwing me in shit, bro. I done grew a lot. Respect it. I done grew a lot. You don't really be seeing shit about me. Mm-hmm. And then it's always bullshit. And I'm not going to be the one who always respond, because I'm not trying to. I be feeling like that shit make you guilty too, when you be responding to shit that's totally false.
Yeah,
you know
and they make it a bigger story, and they make it last longer.
And it lasts longer. Yeah. And then it's if I was put myself in my woman's shoes, that's some aggravating ass shit where somebody can always throw your nigga in your face. That shit be lame. Find another angle. Stop throwing me in the mix of bullshit, because I don't even be on the internet. I don't talk. I don't never get into female business. I'm a grown man, and I stay where a man stay. I feel like my woman's strong enough to always handle her weight for whatever's going on. So I don't need to be in. Don't throw me in that. That's not cool.
And I do want to say, the last thing I want to say is, I saw on social media you said, I'm cold-hearted and unhealed. What are you going to do about that?
I don't know.
Because that's something that I feel like you talked about, communicating in your relationship and making sure that you can move forward. You love your wife so much, but you can't be cold-hearted and unhealed, because...
I mean, it's not really that wasn't really pertaining to her.
I know it's not to her, what I'm saying? But in general, it's some things that I feel like...
I'm unhealed. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I lost my brother.
Yeah.
I'm not healed. I'm not good. And this shit don't help nothing. I be feeling like people don't be we stars, so people be thinking it's just cool. But I'm a real grown man.
A human being.
I cry every day about this shit, bro.
Yeah.
At some point it fucks me up every day, and then it be this type of bullshit on top of shit that be too much for me.
Right.
And then I'm still a human being. I'm dealing through shit personally, and people's opinions matter nowadays. You know what I'm saying? What's on Twitter matters.
Yeah, you feel it.
What's being said. And it's I play cool. I smile for the cameras. I do fashion week and do all this shit. But behind the scenes, like, I need my woman to be there for me for what I'm going through. And then you making it harder for me by bringing up bullshit or my old past when I'm really going through some other shit.
Yeah. It's too much.
It's just too much.
Are you addressing any of this on the album?
Of course. Hell yeah. I put all my feelings into the music because I don't really do interviews. I don't do the online thing and shit like that. That ain't really my taste.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you came up here because I am very supportive of both of you. So I feel like I got a lot out of this too. And I know people who are listening did as well.
Yeah, I love her. So you niggas stop playing, bro. Straight up. Not playing.
Stay out them DMs.
Stop playing. In general, it's my wife. I will go on your shit about my wife.
All right. Thank you so much. It's Way Up with Angela Yee Offset.